The Law Dog is in town, and he's facing off against the Cincinnati Bengals in a Monday night matchup that we're going to break down right now here on the 8 p.m. show, doing it live. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Smitty. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show, and we're here to break down this Monday night matchup between the Bengals and the Jaguars, and we're very curious, at least I'm very curious to know what is in store for the Law Dog, who has been doubted in a similar fashion, I might say, as maybe a Jordan Love. Two quarterbacks that we've been very high on the channel and have fallen from grace, then kind of risen back up. And Law Dog's been playing great. Love's playing great. Love's firing off on all cylinders and feeling really good. I've got a couple of my Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100 if you use code Smitty or use the link that's freaking right here in front of your face in the live chat. Let me pin that link in the live chat so you guys can get to it easier. Almost knocked over another drink. So we're going to take a look at a couple of my favorite picks for these pick'ems, these underdog pick'ems in this matchup here tonight. I like these two right here. I don't necessarily say we use all of them in one, and I don't think sometimes you can't use Trevor Lawrence with Ridley when you do combinations. They're pretty, see right here it says remove Lawrence to unlock the ability to use the pick. Calvin Ridley 1.25 times Scorcher if he scores a touchdown. I love that one. I love the Law Dog with 1.5 passing touchdowns. That means he just got to get higher than that, so 2 touchdowns will do. I also like this one right here. This one I actually placed. These two I put on and just to just show you I like these two individually. But this one's an actual pick that I actually made. And I've been doing this a little lately. I haven't been just forcing myself to pick 5 pick'ems on one contest. I've been doing the 2 Scorchers with like another non-Scorcher or 3 Scorchers and trying to eliminate my chances of missing by having 5 that I got to nail, because the Scorchers bring it back to a same amount that you do on a 5 pick like pick'em contest where you just have 5 guys with no Scorchers at all. So by adding Scorchers where they're just like higher probability or lower probabilities of happening. So 0.5 fumbles for Browning, 2 times multiplier on the whole thing. Ridley 1.25 times multiplier on scoring a rushing or receiving touchdown, and Travis Etienne over 64.5 yards. So that together, I think every, what was that? Let me look and see what is every let's see, how much is this gonna, let me see, I'll pull it up and see how much this one's gonna pay. So for example, $10 would pay $150, $5 would pay $75. So you can have a pretty decent chance of doing this by picking 3 and just including Scorchers if you really like those Scorchers. So Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, they'll double your first deposit up to $100. Do it live. Appreciate you all being here. Let me go ahead and hit these questions if anybody's got any before we jump into anything else. These are my picks. I'm gonna leave this one up here right here because I like this one a lot. What do you guys think is gonna happen tonight? What do you think is gonna happen tonight? Is ETN him tonight? He's active. I don't, we'll say. I'll read this from NBC Sports. ETN is, and I can send this to my screen so I can share it with you. ETN is active for week 13. He drew a questionable tag with an injury to his ribs, but was always expected to play against the Bengals, so there's no concern there. I'll throw this up on my screen so you guys can read it. If anybody comes in late, they can get a gander at it so they aren't asking midway through the stream, hey, is ETN going to play? He's going to play. He's active. Now, could Dearness Johnson garner more work? Absolutely. It's not something that I'm like afraid of, but I think it's starting to happen. But that's okay as long as ETN's efficient. I never wanted ETN to get all of the work. I think You don't necessarily want that from a running back. You want some sort of divide, but he is active and good to go, so make sure you get him in your lineups if for any reason you were wavering between him and Dearness Johnson or something like that. Christian Watson, there's an update on Watson, by the way. Christian Watson, a team is not sure of the severity of Christian Watson's hamstring injury he suffered in Week 13. Watson exited the game in the fourth quarter. He went to the blue tent. He came out of the blue tent, started shaking hands, laughing, and giving high fives and giving, pounds and such, and kind of walked off, almost like as if maybe there was cramping involved or something, with the hamstring injury. But I don't know. We'll have to see. It definitely feels like there is a hamstring re-injury at this point, or we would have heard something a little better in terms of the news. But for head coach Matt LaFleur to say that he's not sure of the severity means they're doing testing and they're awaiting some testing and they're awaiting some evaluation or maybe a second opinion or something like that. I don't know. My guess is that he's out a couple weeks minimum, because when you suffer a re-injury, you usually go back to at least square one, if not further back, just depending on the situation. Now, I'm going to do some predicting here tonight. I don't think there's much more I need to throw up as far as news goes. We're going to come live after this show, or after this game, and do a breakdown of everything. T. Higgins is active, by the way. T. Higgins is active. ETN's active. And that's all I really need to say about that. Let's do a little projecting, shall we? Let's do a little predicting. Let's say T. Law, the Law Dog. Let me move this over. Let's give the Law Dog. Have you heard that the milk is back on sale? I don't know if anybody's heard. The milk is back on sale.
Law Dog Milk for Maines on sale this season. Soak your mane and win a league. Law Dog Milk. A lion lives among us, posing as half man, half lawman. His golden mane is reportedly 6 feet long and is bathed in milk.
That's right.
His marvelous mane grows longer with each breath he takes. Legend has it that if you say T-Law in the dark in the bathroom 3 times, you lose your league instantly. Conspiracy fanatics have linked his triangle bone structure to the ancient pyramids and alien theory.
Drop a triangle emoji. Drop a triangle emoji now, if you could. There's a question here. Someone asked a good question. Ridley or Jamar Chase? Can we get a chat vote on Ridley or Jamar Chase? Can we do that? I think that's a great question. I think some of you might have that dilemma. Might be one of the bigger dilemmas maybe floating around out there. I think it's a pretty good question. So let's vote in the chat. Ridley or Jamar Chase? Who are you starting in this one? I personally am starting Ridley. I'm starting Ridley. I don't trust the quarterback play at all on the other side of the football. I think we'd be lucky to see 70, 80 yards and a touchdown. I think we'd be absolutely lucky to see that kind of stat line. And I think that stat line's not something that we'd be lucky to see with Ridley. I think Ridley's very capable of a multiple touchdown game. So I'm going to go with Ridley myself. Law Dog, as far as Law Dog projections, I'm going to say Law Dog has, we'll call it 265 passing. We'll call it 20 yards rushing. We'll call it 3 total TDs. Maybe he rushes 1. Maybe he throws 2, rushes 1. That's my Law Dog prediction for this contest here. Monday Night Football, Week 13 against the Cincinnati Bengals. And on the wide receiver front, we're going to say Ridley. Ridley pulls in, let's call it 6 receptions, 100 yards, and 1 TD. I want it to be 2 TDs. I don't want to come in here and just be on an unrealistic Unger and start throwing things around. As far as Kirk, let's say Kirk gets... we'll say he gets 6 as well. Kirk gets, let's say, 85 yards. He does run a lot of shorter routes, things like that. So 85 yards is doable. I think a TD might be in order. I think if we go Ingram with, let's say, 5 for 55. And let's go to Jamar Chase. We'll go Chase 70 yards on 7 receptions. No TDs. 0 TDs. Mixon, not going to like this one. I think it's going to be a really low-scoring game on the Cincinnati side of the football, but you never know. You never know. This is football. I'm going to say he runs for 58 yards and pulls in 11 yards receiving. No touchdowns. I'm going to say that Higgins gets 4 for 44. And Browning $225, 0 TDs. Maybe he runs for 1 or something, but I'm going to say 0 thrown touchdowns and 2 INTs. And that means that the Rams are going to absolutely rout and destroy and lambaste the Cincinnati Bengals tonight. Unfortunately, they don't have Joe Burrow. Unfortunately, they don't smoke cigars anymore. So, Jay Cub, or whatever your name is, your question is Chase or Ridley. I would rewind about 3 or 4 minutes and watch my projection on the two of them. 28 from Ridley, says Cody. I think it's going to be, what did I have? I had 6 for 101 for Ridley. So Ridley's going to get you, what? That's 10, 16. 24, depending on your scoring, if you're in PPR, like 24 points. Be a good little day. Good little day out of the Ridmeister. Ridley doing it live. 22 to 20. I'm sorry, what did I say? 24, 22? What did I say? 6? Okay, 16. 22. Sorry, 22. I said 24. 24. Jaguars going to rout the Cincinnati Bengals. Did I say the Rams? Somebody said I said the Rams. I got Kyron Williams on my mind for week 14, don't I? Did I say the Rams? The Rams are going to beat the Bengals tonight. Wouldn't surprise me. I think the Rams score more than the Bengals tonight. To be frank, because you could get maybe they get minus points. Super chat, Mad with the first super of the night gets a standing O. Matt, I appreciate you. Mad to the freaking moon. Full PPR Moss or Keaton Mitchell for waiver. Zach Moss by a lot. I love Keaton Mitchell, but Zach Moss, JT's out 3 to 5 weeks now. That's been updated. So I don't think JT returns at all in 2023, which means Zach Moss is a starting running back in the National Football League. They could play like a low-end running back 1 at times, but your expectation should be running back 2. Keaton Mitchell's got home run ability, but we haven't seen a commitment to him to the tune that he outweighs Zach Moss. So that's an easy question to answer. I'm not saying don't get both. And just so anybody wants to know, hey, Smitty, are you going to talk about Achane the whole show? Because all you've been doing is talking about Achane. I am not going to talk about Achane at all.
Devon Achane, please report to your shuttle to Saturn. Your shuttle is leaving. Prepare for departure. Touchdown probability high.
Not at all. Whoops, wrong screen. Go watch that video, by the way, the weekly winners video. Where's my other one? I swear I just created a graphic for this, and I put the wrong graphic up, actually. Where is that? I don't even know where it is. I created a graphic for tonight's show, and I obviously put the wrong one up. I saw Devon Achane. I probably just grabbed it. Week 13 winners, go watch that video. It's an absolute gem. Where in the hell is my graphic? Let's open the phone lines for a couple phone calls.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Oops.
Devon A-Chan, please report to your shuttle to Saturn. Your shuttle is leaving. Prepare for departure. Touchdown probability high.
My finger slipped. I'm sorry. My finger slipped. Phone line is open if anybody would like to dial in. Occasionally my finger could slip. You can't make any promises. By the way, our boy Harrison, one of our longtime watchers of this show, won the Underdog Fantasy Week 13 Battle Royale. First place, $30,000. Harrison to the moon.
Mashed potatoes!
Harrison, our boy, winning the Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty, where you can try and follow in his footsteps. They'll double your first deposit up to $100, broskies. Get on over and try and be like Harrison, who won $30,000 on Underdog this weekend. What an absolute monster. So proud of him. So proud of Harrison. Harrison, you're the man. Harrison, you're the man. And Ron Navy dropping a $20 hauler. Ron Navy, appreciate you dropping the $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Ron Navy says, what does Ron Navy say here in his super chat? He says, Browning throws 2 TDs to Mixon. Scores once. Jacksonville wins the game, but Cincinnati won't do as bad as you think. Sent you my picks. Yeah, I don't know about that. Jaguars are a good defense. Oh, you're just joking.
Browning will throw 2 TDs. Mixon scores once. I didn't put a period in there. Mixon will score only once. Browning will throw 2 TDs, though.
Yeah,
one might be to Mixon, but one's going to be to Chase, at least.
Yeah.
And that's my prediction.
All right. Okay.
And my picks reflect that if you look at my picks.
Okay, I'll see if I can pull them up here. Mad with a $20 hauler as well. Mad to the moon.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Mad says, let's see what Mad says. He says, I don't think the haters and Bobbies in the back heard about H-Chan. Can you please show the man some love? Let's do it one more time.
Devon A-Chan, please report to your shuttle to Saturn. Your shuttle is leaving. Prepare for departure. Touchdown probability high.
You're right. Anybody that super chats and says, I don't think anybody heard it, we'll play it again. We'll just keep doing it. I mean, I'm not the one wanting to play it all the whole show. Sometimes my finger slips, and then other people want me to push the button. But all the Devon A-Chan owners are going to hear it all season long. Appreciate you, Mad, for dropping the super. So, Ron, how many points is Ridley going to have, or how many receptions, how many yards, how many TDs is Ridley going to have? Give me the actual line.
I think Ridley will have 6 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, so we're pretty close. Mine was 6 for 101 TD, so we're right in line there. I think Ridley's back. Part of me wanted to do the 2 tutties. This is me. This is Ron. Part of me wants to do the 2 tutties. Why not? You know, he can do it. Why can't he have 2 TDs?
You know, Browning looked better than he did the first week, even though, I mean, he played against Pittsburgh, but that's beside the point. He looked more comfortable last week I think he looks even more comfortable tonight. I think he's going to hit his stride. I don't think he's that bad. And I think he has a better game than everybody's going to expect tonight.
Maybe.
Plus, he's got Joe Burrow in his ear telling him, hey, listen, this is what you need to do.
Yeah, so. Bro, Aaron Rodgers has been in Zach Wilson's ear. It doesn't do shit.
That's not the same.
What do you mean that's not the same? Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. Him in your ear is probably better than Joe Burrow in your ear. Let's just be real.
Wilson is he's had chance after chance. Zach Wilson just can't get it.
All right,
going.
let's see how he looks here. I got on my underdog pick. I got a fumble. I love that was a 1.5 multiplier on the fumble for Browning. I think Jaguars are gonna rattle his cage a little bit. All right, let's see how he does. Browning under center. Oh no, he's in the gun. Starts off in the gun, Mixon to his right. Was that Higgins in motion? Chase puts his arm out, says, "I'm going downfield. I'm streaking." Browning's like, "I can't throw that far." Mixon gets off a little 4 or 5 yard run. Okay. Browning looks a little bit like Joe Burrow. If you're just like glancing at the TV, he kind of walks like him. He's a little bit thinner, but he has a little bit of that strut. I think he watches him a lot, in practice. He tries to emulate him.
Of course. Wouldn't you?
He looks mad. Yeah, I do. I do emulate him. What do you think? Why do you think I put this fake cigar in my mouth whenever we're doing a live stream? I emulate him all the time. I got a Jamar Chase autograph helmet right here, by the way. Yeah, injured my calf. I mean, he copied me on the injured calf. I did that first. All right, here we go. Here we go. Third down. Let's see what Browning's made of. Third down. Bengals are 5-6. Jaguars are 8-3. Monday Night Football should have been a battle for the ages, but of course injuries decided to kick this matchup in the nutsack because this was going to be an amazing matchup. This is going to be an amazing matchup. All right, you're a little ahead of me, Ron, so hold on.
Oh, all right.
Not a first down. Not a first down. He was about a half a yard short. But will they go for it? They're gonna try to snap the ball really quickly. Yeah, Hudson, you're making it obvious that it was not a first down. Hudson's like, come on, hurry, guys, I didn't get it. That was dumb. Why would you not challenge that? Oh, come on, put your helmet. Was that T. Higgins? Who was that?
It was knocked off. Face mask.
Oh, somebody's hurt. Oh, no, his shoe just came off. Okay, good.
We're not surprised, though. He got it ripped off. It was pulled off.
It wouldn't be surprised if the whole team got hurt. I really wouldn't be shocked if the whole team got hurt.
I know, right? I mean, why not? I mean, I was just saying, I was so mad yesterday. I was like, okay, everybody get hurt. McCaffrey get hurt. Hurts get hurt. Everybody get hurt. I don't care. Bring in the college players. Let them play the rest of the year.
All right, let me hit.
Oh, man.
OG says really about to go nuclear. Thank you, OEG, for dropping your gift or your celebratory message, and thank you for being a member of the YouTube exclusive membership. Thanks, Ron, for your $20 hauler. Yudel or however you say this. Chase for the little 2 or 3 yard catch. Need ETN to put up 5 more than Kirk. Good odds. I don't know. That could go either way. I mean, it depends on if they give ETN a ton of work. If they give ETN his like starter workload, I think ETN can do that. But it could flip the other way very easily. Kirk's that guy that he's either gonna have a huge game or he's not, and he can do either one. So I would not be shocked if Kirk was the highest scoring wide receiver on the Jaguars side of the football. But it also wouldn't shock me if he didn't do as much. Don't think the hater. Oh, I got that one already. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you dropping.
He might get a touchdown, but I got Kirk for like 60-some yards. I think 5 catches, 60-some yards.
Dark Knight says, FYI, I helped Lego Batman find H-Han. You're welcome, Smitty. Now playing H-Han announcement. Appreciate that. I don't know who we're going to have Lego Batman try and find, and you can assist him with this, but I don't know if I don't think we've ever tried to have anybody find somebody twice, but I think throwing Bijan back into Lego Batman's purview might not be a bad idea because we need a Bijan reemergence. Maybe this time he needs to like scare him straight and tell him you need to continue to play well. All right, Browning in the gun. Jamar Chase. Come on, Chase. You got tackled, bro. I know what makes him think he wasn't down. he got thrown to the ground. He got up and he started running to the end zone.
He tried to play it off like he landed on that.
Like he rolled on him.
So,
Let's see if it's even close to a roll.
they're going for it though.
He didn't even come close to rolling on him though. Wait, let's see if his butt didn't hit the ground or something. Like if we didn't see something properly. No, he was totally down. What was he even doing? 4th and 3? 4th and 3?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you.
Just barely across the 50-yard line. Sack. Turnover on downs.
Duval.
Turnover on downs. Jaguars D. That was a stupid move. I mean, I guess you could say they punt it and they get another 20 or 30 yards on a I mean, I don't know. It's still not a great move. Now you give T-Law the ball like right at the 50-yard line. Law Dog. Milk's on sale. The milk's on sale.
For mains on sale this season. Soak your mane and win a league. Law Dog Milk.
Law Dog Milk is about to go on sale again in the first quarter of this game. Thank you, Dark Knight, for helping find Achan.
The receivers ain't getting downfield though. They're just keeping it. You can have all the. He kind of looks right now. Browning looks like your favorite quarterback.
My favorite quarterback.
Yeah, your favorite quarterback that you love to talk about all the time. That's who Browning looks like right now.
What quarterback?
Garoppolo.
Oh. I thought you were serious about it being a favorite quarterback. You remember like 6 months ago when I said Jimmy Garoppolo was not even a star, didn't even deserve to be a starter in the National Football League, and all the people are like, come on, bro, he's at least the bottom 10. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo is not a starting quarterback. He was a Kyle Shanahan system guy that maybe 2019 pre-ACL tear, he could have become something, but like he didn't. And I love the way Purdy's playing right now. I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. Plus, it doesn't matter in fantasy what we do. It does not matter. Situation is part of it all. But Purdy's very much benefiting from having probably the best offense in the National Football League with the best scheme mastermind, even though I rip on his coaching and personnel decisions and injury-related decisions all the time, and I can't stand that part of Shanahan. He is an offensive savant, and so Brock Purdy is very much benefiting from that. But Purdy did step in when Jimmy went down last season, late in the year, and just had the entire offense like memorized. They didn't even limit the playbook. So up here in his noggin, 100% a baller. So like, you know, he like part of it is him. You can't just step in and do what he did, you know, with no warning whatsoever. All right, be quiet, Ron. You're ahead of me. Be quiet.
I know. I said watch it.
Ron. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I knew something. But I knew to wait for something. I knew something was going to happen. That's like when someone says, "I won't tell you about the movie, but the ending's a crazy ending, bro. I won't tell you about it." That's like Ron. I'm not going to say anything. Oh. So whoever had the Kirk, hey, Kirk needs to not do better than ETN. Kirk is injured. And I know you're probably pretty happy about that one, pal. We're not rooting for injury. Maybe he comes back on the field and it looks like it's a nothing burger. That happens all the time. What did he possibly injure? Was it his Achilles? Was it like what did he? Oh, his groin. Oh, his groin. He pulled his groin. I bet. He's holding his groin. That or it is his elbow, but it looked like he was holding his groin. I don't know. I'm totally guessing at this point.
I don't have.
Okay, when T-Law takes his helmet off and does this grimace like this, he took his helmet off like this. Let me just use this helmet because I have it here. He took his helmet off and he went like this, and then moved his locks of hair out of the way. Like, very, very, very disappointed. I don't think this looks good for Kirk. Or I don't think you would have had Law Dog acting like that. This doesn't look good. Prayers up for Kirk in the chat, everybody. Birdman, I think it's Birdman's birthday today. Happy birthday, Birdman. Birdman to the moon. Send him to the moon. Did I remember that correctly, Birdman? I'm surprised I remember. But I think it's Birdman's birthday. Birdman, happy birthday. It looked like a groin injury because he had his hand like right on the groin muscle. And when I say groin muscle, people, I mean the actual, inner part of the thigh. And he was like, oh man, I don't know if anybody's ever pulled their groin muscle like extremely bad. It feels like someone hooked a car battery with jumper cables to your groin muscle and just turned it on full juice.
You know what irritates me about the NFL is they push all this safety stuff, and they change the rules to protect the players and all this other stuff. They don't care about kickers. They don't protect the kickers, do they? But they don't really protect anybody because there's more players getting injured now than there were. If they were to revert back to the way they played football back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, you wouldn't have this many injuries.
Some of it is turf too, though. Some of it is turf. Not always. I'm just saying some of it is turf. But yeah, I agree with you. I think this concussion stuff, why we have more concussions than ever, because our heads are barely getting touched in the preseason now. Our heads are barely getting touched in the offseason. And so now you bump your head. It's like, whoa, what was that? Oh, my God. Did you just hit me in the head? Back in the day, you used to get concut. That's a groin. I could tell from the moment. That's a groin. That groin walk, too, he's done for at least 3-4 weeks. Because
they just need to give him let him play, go back in and play.
Those groin injuries linger, bro. That's at least we'll call it at least a 2 week.
Oh!
3. Hey, Ron!
I just said, oh.
Yeah, but how many times do we gotta go over that? Ridley, reverse, atta baby Ridley. Let's do it live. I don't want to celebrate injury. I know everybody in here probably already is, but Christian Kirk is hurt. He's out Kirk's out at least multiple weeks. I'm just going to tell you that right now. He pulled his groin. He's out a minimum of we'll call it 2 or 3 weeks. Kirk might be done for the fantasy season. And I'm not celebrating injury on him, but Ridley to the freaking moon. I mean, to the moon. Ridley's going to be force fed. Ridley turned into ETN value. ETN's value goes up tremendously without Kirk too. Zay Jones' value goes up tremendously now. Like we talked about that last night. A guy said, he liked Zay Jones. Zay Jones is definitely worth a pickup now. After this game, we'll be doing the waiver wire show. Zay Jones will be on it. We'll be talking about that. But man, Ridley might just have become a locked and loaded top. I don't know. 10 to 12 wide receiver.
Unless he gets injured too.
Ron. Ridley catching the ball. Throwing it to Ridley. Trying to get him a touchdown.
Would you really be surprised? I mean, they're dropping like flies.
I know, Ron, but with positivity, Ron. Ridley positivity. Ridley to the moon. Swift got rocked the other night.
I use that negative reinforcement or reverse psychology on what I say. So,
Law Dog. Okay, Ron, quiet now, Ron, quiet. No emotion, please. T-Law in the gun, ETN in the backfield, Ridley's off to the left in the slot. T-Law running, T-Law scrambling. Trying to get the first down, and he's a yard short. Law Dog scrambling like a monster. They need to get him a longer shirt, but past that, everything's looking perfect. Everything's the locks, everything's good to go.
4-1.
Looks like he's wearing a crop top. Looks like he's wearing a crop top. I love it. Long locks of hair, crop top. That's my quarterback. All right, Law Dog under center. Ron, quiet, please. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. Law Dog. 4th and 1. He's doing the gentleman shuffle. The push. Attaboy, Law Dog.
He really didn't get nobody pushing him. He did it pretty much himself.
Yeah, he's long. He's long like that.
Big play.
I wonder.
An ETN touchdown?
I wonder when the next. Will someone ever tackle him by his hair? That part, I wonder if that'll ever happen. I'm sure in his long career. Oh, pitch to ETN. ETN touchdown. Let's go, ETN.
I called it before it happened, though. I said, can we get an ETN touchdown here? And then he did. So I didn't ruin it.
ETN season. ETN season. ETN's back.
To the moon.
Law Dog's back.
To the moon.
Although I would have loved for that to be a pass.
Yeah.
That could have been a pass. Why couldn't he just thrown it forward? That's all we wanted. That's right.
You never know.
All right.
There's a long ways to go. But you notice, I don't like the way they went to the way college keeps the clock running and stuff. I don't like that. It makes the games too fast.
Yeah.
And there's really, they get a couple, there's not enough time like there was before. I don't like it. I think the games move too fast now.
All right, Ron, I'm going to head out. I'll be back, everybody. Ron, I'll see you later. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for the super chat. Good luck with your picks.
Yeah, we'll see how I'm sweating the basketball ones, too.
Yeah.
Pacers in Boston right now, so we'll see how that's going.
All right, later, Ron. Appreciate you.
Later, brother. Later.
So I'll be back at, I don't know, end of the game. End of the game, I'll be back to do the Week 14 Waiver Wire show. I appreciate every single one of you. I've been talking away from the mic for a while. I'll see every single one of you after the game. And ETN season to the moon. T-Law season to the moon. Jaguars to the moon. Browning fumble upcoming. These are my underdog picks. Don't forget to get on over to Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. The link I'm going to drop right now. The link's in the description of every single video. The link is also right here, if I can paste it properly. There's the link. I'll pin the link real quickly so everybody can jump in and play Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. But they'll double your first deposit up to $100, and you can do halftime pick'ems as well. You can do in-game pick'ems. You got to be real quick. The numbers move really fast, and you got to lock it in. And it's so hard to do because you'll pick your 5 picks or whatever, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, yeah, I'm sorry, the numbers have all changed. But yeah, so higher than 2.5. I'm sorry, higher than 2.5. Higher 2 times multiplier on the 0.5 fumble, so 1 fumble for Browning. And he got sacked already. I expect a fumble to come. Ridley, 0.5, so 1 touchdown rushing or receiving. He just took a 10-yard end around, so, he could run a touchdown in. And ETN, 64.5 rushing yards. I wish there was I don't think there was a scorcher on an ETN touchdown. Maybe there was, but I don't think there was. So that one would have been nice to hit. But that's my underdog pick. Those are my underdog picks for this game here. I'll be back to recap the game, but more so do a Week 14 waiver wire show. Appreciate every single one of you in here. I'll see you after the game. We always go short on Mondays and Thursdays because we come back to do it's like a 2-part series show. So I'll be back on after the game. I'll see you all later. Appreciate you. I slipped. Oh, I slipped.
Devon Achan, please report to your shuttle to Saturn. Your shuttle is leaving. Prepare for departure. Touchdown probability high.
I'm sorry. I slipped. I did not mean to slip. I apologize.
Achan. Achan is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall,
Chan is the man.
See you all after the game for a recap. 2nd and 8. Yeah, where's Wong at? David Wong. Where's David Wong at? Browning signaling. Brown throws it to Mixon, who actually escapes a big one here. Mixon breaking off to about the 47-yard line. That was a nice little screen pass there. That was a nice little screen pass there. Poor tackling by the Jaguars, I must say. So that is a reception, not a run. H-Hand garbage points. We got a hater in here. Wayne Scott. H-Hand hater. H-Hand hater. Garbage points. Why was he used the entire game? I love that garbage points argument. Who's that? Is that Chase Brown? Chase Brown, baby, looking good, looking smooth, ripping it off. I like it. Could be on the waiver wire show tonight. Wayne Scott, call in. These H-Hand haters, bro. Keep dropping the H-Hand emojis for Wayne. Garbage time. Garbage. He only did well. He only was the number 2 running back in fantasy week 13 because it was garbage time. Even though he got worked the entire game, bro. All right, here we go. Bengals 0, Jaguars 7, Browning in the huddle, telling everybody to keep it going. I'm looking good right now. Don't screw it up. Jamar Chase on the left side. Charlie Jones back in action. I like that. Jamar Chase gets the handoff, and he's going to throw it over to Browning. An awful play. That was an awful play. Good God. That was a really, really bad play. Third down. I'm gonna wait for this drive, and then I'm gonna bail. We got 70 people in here. 65 thumbs up. Hit that thumb up button, please. Wayne, how many leagues do you not have H-Hand in? And then you're going to tell us, I don't want him in a lot of leagues. No, you don't. Nobody's talking trash about H-Hand if you own him in leagues. Nobody. You're relishing in it. You're not mad about it. It doesn't make any sense at all. Jaguars D stopping them. 4th down. Field goal unit's going to come on and try and boot this one through. And they're going to give the football back to the man known as the Law Dog Extraordinaire. Law Dog season in full effect. Don't start H-Hand in the playoffs. Thanks, Niners. I hope you're joking too, bro. Not you. Please. But it wouldn't surprise me, Niners, because I think you oftentimes do things like this. Don't start H-Hand in the playoffs. Okay. Good thing you don't have a channel. Of course, owners aren't going to talk bad about him, LOL. And of course, people that don't own him are going to hate him like crazy because you missed out, Wayne. You didn't see it coming. And even when you were told to see it coming, you refused to accept it because it admitted to yourself that you didn't know he was good. And that burns and it makes you feel bad inside. And that's why you really root against Achan. Whoops! Slipped.
Devon Achan, please report to your shuttle to Saturn. Your shuttle is leaving. Prepare for departure. Touchdown probability high. All right, prepare for take 1. All right, action.
He's a box score, Bobby. He's a little sloppy. Box score, Bobby. He's a box score, Bobby. He's so sloppy. Bobby.
Yeah, I'm starting him in the playoffs. it just makes me laugh at this point. Like, what's gonna happen next week? What happens in next week? At what point does everybody that's just talking mad crap? I refuse to board the Achan ship. Of course you do. At this point, it's like it's embarrassing. Like, you know when someone does something that's so embarrassing, and it's not even relating to you, but you're embarrassed. Like, I'm embarrassed right now, Wayne, by this comment. I'm feeling very uncomfortable and embarrassed right now. I refuse to board the Achan ship. I refuse. Why? Why do you refuse? Why? Think about it psychologically. Why do you refuse? You refuse because you missed out on him. You're bitter about it, and instead of admitting it, adjusting and adapting, you're just like you're trying to will what you thought originally that he wasn't good to happen, so you can finally close the door on it and be like, I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong. Otherwise, you're admitting, God, am I blind? Like, how did I not see this guy coming? And that's a hard thing to admit. I mean, I admit, in Puka Nacua, what did I do after week 1? I said, I don't know. I don't know about this. This could be a one. What I do in week 2? I said, you know what? I was wrong. I adjusted and adapted, and I got on board the Puka Nacua train. That's what's going to make you a good owner, Wayne. At the end of the day, you're going to fall short if you don't learn how to adjust and adapt. You don't learn how to admit when you're wrong to yourself. Who cares what I think? Who cares what anybody in here thinks? But to better yourself as a fantasy owner, Wayne, you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to swallow your pride and say, look, this guy's an absolute gem. And you said you weren't getting on the train last week. You weren't going to touch it. Running back 2. Now you're using backup. He was getting starters weren't in the game. That was for like a couple plays, bro. A couple plays. It was like 2 or 3 carries at the end that didn't really even amount to like much. It was like probably 15 yards. He got extra when Tua was out, and the dude was playing the whole game, bro. What are you talking about? All right. I just have fun with it at this point. How can you willingly put that out there that you don't believe in Devon Achan at this point? How are you gonna throw a receipt out there like this? All right, I'll be back. Law Dog means business. Maybe I'm coming back. Law Dog means business. Third and 4. Law Dog standing on the 48-yard line. Zay Jones dropped the ball. All right, I'll see you later. Oh, Lance with the super chat. Lance says lost JT and Dell, QBs Herbert, running backs HM, Warren, Smith, Pittman, Kelsey, Flex, Javante, bench, London, clinch the playoffs. Any ideas? I mean, you can trade at this point. If you can trade at this point, I'd say, I'm trying to get into a different quarterback, broski. You might be a great candidate for taking that gamble on Mahomes, but it's looking riskier every day. But Herbert's risky too. I'd be trading for Josh Allen or Hurts if I could somehow, some way. I don't know. I'd be tempted to who's your backup tight end? Like, is there somebody good you could grab and then trade Kelsey? I don't know. As far as your RBs, Warren and Achane, I like that. Smith and Pittman are solid. I don't know that there's much maneuverability for you here. JT and Dell's a huge blow, and if you try and dilute, you're just going to create a bigger hole for yourself. I think the only thing I'd do is pray Herbert just has a bounce back, next couple weeks, and that Kelsey goes on a tear, and then this team kind of hangs in. I don't know that trading's the logical move here. I don't unless you could sell really high on Pittman, you could take a gamble on Cooper Kupp, trade Pittman for Kupp, or you could just say I like Pittman better. I mean, you could go either way on that one. But I think you have a tough team to trade. You almost have to let those boys play. And the two boys that you look to maybe upgrade would be guys that can still do well. Chase Brown looking pretty smooth tonight. I like Chase Brown. All right, now I'm out of here. Appreciate you. He's a box score, Bobby.